Wish you a very good morning to all my students. प्यारे बच्चों, hope you all are safe and healthy at your respective houses. Today we will start the third chapter of civics. The name of the chapter is Why Do We Need a Parliament? Before this, we should know that what a parliamentary form of government is, or what are the features of a parliamentary form of government. Okay, in a parliamentary form of government, the parliament is the supreme and it represents the people. In this system, the prime minister is the real head of the government. He or she is the leader of the majority party or alliance in the government. If we talk about our country, India, India has a parliamentary form of government. As we elect our representative by voting them in a particular election. Okay? The people of India have a direct role in electing the representative and in the formation of government. In a parliamentary system, the parliament enables citizens of India to participate in decision making and control the government. Now the next question is, why did India choose a parliamentary form of government? You know what? Under the British rule, the people of India lived in a fear of the government. People did not agree with many of the government's decisions, but they had to follow them. If they tried to criticize these decisions, they faced grave consequences. Before independence, there was a lot of discrimination in Indian society. At that time, various underprivileged groups like female, scheduled caste, scheduled tribes, peasants were fighting for their equal rights as they were facing a lot of discrimination. At that time, our freedom fighters appealed to all Indians that this is the time to get united and fight against Britishers. And they also promised that whenever India will get freedom, everyone get equal rights. Everyone will be able to participate in the working of the government. And the government will be completely accountable towards the citizens of India. The dream and aspirations of freedom struggle were made concrete in the Constitution of Independent India that laid the principle of universal adult franchise and provides equal fundamental rights to all its citizens. You know what बच्चे, ब्रिटिश रूल के टाइम पर हम लोगों को उतने राइट्स नहीं थे. हमें पता था ब्रिटिश हमारे साथ गलत कर रहे हैं. उनकी पॉलिसीज़ बहुत ऑप्रेसिव थी, बहुत ज़्यादा वो कंट्री में हम लोगों को एक सेकंड सिटीज़न जैसे होता है ना, वैसा एक ट्रीट कर रहे थे. लाइक अपनी ही कंट्री में हम लोगों को ऐसा फील करवा रहे थे जैसे ये हमारी कंट्री नहीं है. तो उस टाइम पर जितने भी हमारे फ्रीडम फाइटर्स थे, उन लोगों ने हमें यूनाइट करने के लिए हमें एक ड्रीम दिखाया कि जब भी हमारी कंट्री फ्री हो जाएगी, एक ऐसी गवर्नमेंट, एक ऐसी पॉलिसी हम डिसाइड करेंगे जिसमें हर कोई इक्वल पार्टिसिपेट कर सकेगा. दैट्स वाई जब इंडिया फ्री हुआ तो एक ऐसा कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन फॉर्म हुआ जिसमें सबको इक्वल राइट्स हुए और हमने चूज की एक पार्लियामेंट्री फॉर्म ऑफ गवर्नमेंट, सो दैट जो इलेक्टेड गवर्नमेंट हो वो कंप्लीटली रिस्पॉन्सिबल एंड अकाउंटेबल किसके लिए हो? द सिटीजन्स ऑफ India. Okay. Now the next is people and their representative. By participating in election, people elect their representatives, and one group of these elected representatives forms a central government. Okay. The parliament, which is made up of all the representatives, together control and guides the government. All the members of the parliament are elected by the people. That's why they are answerable to the people. In this sense, people through the chosen representatives form the government. Through elections, the individual give approval to the government. Listen, in India, everyone whose age is 18 or above 18 can vote. एंड इस वोट के थ्रू बच्चे हम इलेक्ट करते हैं अपने रिप्रेजेंटेटिव्स को, ठीक है। और यही रिप्रेजेंटेटिव्स बाद में जाकर मेजॉरिटी होने पर गवर्नमेंट फॉर्म करते हैं। इन्हीं रिप्रेजेंटेटिव्स के जब गवर्नमेंट फॉर्म करते हैं, उनके हेड जो है कौन बनते हैं? प्राइम मिनिस्टर। इट मीन्स डायरेक्टली रोल किसका हुआ? हम लोगों का, ठीक है, सिटीजन्स ऑफ इंडिया। दे हैव the complete power in parliamentary form of government. We can decide our representative, and these representatives forms the government. So in this way we approve the government. Okay. Now the next is the Indian Parliament. Bachcho, remember in the first chapter I have discussed about federalism. Federalism means more than one level of government. And we know that in India we have federal system of government. And we have three tiers of government. At the first level or at the third level, we have Panchayati Raj. At the second level, we have state governments. And at the first level, we have Parliament. Parliament is on the central level. The highest law-making body at the center is called the Parliament. It is also known as Sansad. A parliament controls and guides the central government in its decisions. The Parliament of India comprises the President, the Lok Sabha, and the Rajya Sabha. Now the first is the Lok Sabha. The lower house of the Parliament is called the Lok Sabha, or the House of the People. Why it's called the House of People? Because it consists of members who are directly elected by us. Okay? It is responsible for initiating laws. The maximum number of members in the Lok Sabha can be 552. The total strength of the 17th Lok Sabha is 545, which means at present the total strength of the Lok Sabha is 545. Of these, 543 are elected by us and 2 are nominated by the President. The President of India can nominate 2 members belonging to the Anglo-Indian community. Okay? The term of the Lok Sabha is 5 years. The term can be extended by 1 year at the time of emergency. Now the next is election procedures. The whole country is divided into constituencies. A constituency is a territorial area from which a candidate is elected. For example, Haridwar. Haridwar is a constituency from where we can elect only one candidate. Listen, we have 4, 5 और कितनी भी चॉइसेस हो सकती हैं, ठीक है। उन चॉइसेस में से हम अपने अकॉर्डिंग एक बेस्ट को इलेक्ट करते हैं और जिसको मैक्सिमम वोट्स मिलते हैं वो जीत जाता है कैंडिडेट। देन वो कैंडिडेट जो जीत गया वो हो गया हमारा रिप्रेजेंटेटिव। एंड सेकंड इज देयर इज वन रिप्रेजेंटेटिव इलेक्टेड फ्रॉम ईच कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसी। इट मींस एक से ज्यादा रिप्रेजेंटेटिव किसी एक कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसी से इलेक्ट नहीं हो सकता। एंड सेकंड, फॉर एग्जांपल एक वोटर हरिद्वार कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसी का है तो वो किसी और कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसी में लाइक सहारनपुर में जाकर वोट नहीं कर सकता। हम सिर्फ कौन सी कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसी के लिए वोट कर सकते हैं? हरिद्वार के लिए, ठीक है। All the citizens of India who have attained the age of 18 years and above have the right to vote. Okay? Votes are cast on the basis of secret ballot. That means when a voter casts his or her vote, nobody can know in whose favor he or she has given his or her vote. Okay? This is a very important feature of our general election or any other election. It's a very important feature that when a voter casts his or her vote, nobody can know in whose favor he or she has given his or her vote. From 2004 general elections, electronic voting machines EVMs are used for voting. Okay? And from 2019 voter verified paper audit trial VVPAT system, which enables electronic voting machines to record each vote cast by generating the EVM slips, was introduced in all the 543 Lok Sabha in 2019 Indian general election. You know what, bache? It is used with EVMs. They are VVPAT machines are connected with EVMs. फॉर एग्जाम्पल जब हम किसी कैंडिडेट को, फॉर एग्जाम्पल हम ए कैंडिडेट को हमने वोट करा, ओके। अब जब हम उस एक कैंडिडेट को वोट करेंगे तो उसकी सारी इंफॉर्मेशन एक स्लिप के थ्रू पास ऑन होगी, हमें जो दिखाई देगी सामने वीवीपैट मशीन्स में, ओके। इट मींस उससे क्या हो गया, हमें क्लियर हो रहा है कि जिस पर्टिकुलर कैंडिडेट को हमने वोट किया है वो वोट उसी को कास्ट हुआ है। इट मींस इसमें किसी भी तरह के फ्रॉड या चीटिंग के जो चांसेस हैं वो ऑलमोस्ट जीरो हो जाते हैं, ओके। Next is the Rajya Sabha. Okay. The Rajya Sabha is the upper house of the parliament. It is also called the Council of States. The state participate in the legislative assembly at the center through this house. Okay. That's why it's called the Council of States. The Rajya Sabha is elected by the members of legislative assemblies of state. It means Rajya Sabha members are not elected by us. हम उनके लिए वोट नहीं करते हैं। राज्य सभा मेंबर्स के लिए कौन वोट करता है? मेंबर्स ऑफ लेजिस्लेटिव असेंबलीज, ओके। बट एक चीज सोचो बच्चे, मेंबर्स ऑफ लेजिस्लेटिव असेंबलीज जो होते हैं, जो स्टेट असेंबलीज होती हैं, उनके मेंबर्स को वोट कौन करता है? हम लोग वोट करते हैं, हम लोग उन्हें इलेक्ट करते हैं। देन अगर हम देखें तो डायरेक्टली नहीं बट इनडायरेक्टली राज्यसभा मेंबर्स को इलेक्ट करने में भी रोल किसका हुआ? हम लोगों का, सिटीजन्स का, ठीक है। द राज्यसभा कैन हैव अप टू 250 मेंबर्स appointed for a 6 years term. Out of these, 12 are nominated by the president. The nominated members are usually well known in the fields of literature, science, art, social services, etc. Rajya Sabha has the power to review and, if it feels the need, change laws proposed by the Lok Sabha. Okay? मीन्स अगर कोई पर्टिकुलर बिल या लॉ लोकसभा से पास हो भी चुका है, मतलब वहां मेजोरिटी ने उन्हें पास कर भी दिया है, तो भी राज्यसभा के पास ये पावर है कि वो उस पर्टिकुलर लॉ को रिव्यू कर सकते हैं, चेंज करने के लिए प्रपोज कर सकते हैं या उसे वहीं रोक सकते हैं. ये उनके पास राइट्स हैं. ओके, थैंक यू. That's it for today. We will continue this in the next lecture. Till then, go through whatever I have taught you. Okay? And yes, I'm sending you an assignment based on today's lecture. Must solve that assignment in your social science notebook. Okay? Thank you and God bless you all.